What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day today. Thank you so much again for tuning in to another video. I appreciate all of you so much, and just knowing that you're out there taking a little bit of time to hang out with me, it means a lot to me. So again, thank you guys so much. This video is going to be about igniting the battle. No, I'm just kidding. I like to change the backdrop of the intros, and I've never used this screen before, so we're not going to be talking about anything like tournament based or igniting of any sort of battle, but I just thought this was a cool screen, so I thought we'd open with it. Today, we are going to be talking about preparing for the season 3 update. This is coming up pretty quick, right? And this is something that I'm really excited to talk about because I have a lot of things that I'm actually working on for myself right now in preparation of this. It's going to be on July 11th, so it's not that far away, right? Like 2 weeks or something like that. So I'm just kind of viewing now until then as an opportunity for me to really take a step back from, I guess I would say, what I've been caring about as far as like my in-game performance and stats are concerned, rank specifically. I have been really trying to push rank when I have the opportunity to do so. I don't get to play as much as I would like to, therefore I don't know how things would turn out if I could play more and if I could spend more time trying to push for rank, but I got to GM3 and I was really stoked about that. And then I had my eyes set on Celestial, and I really kind of got that urge to make that push. But I'm finding GM to feel a whole lot like Platinum right now. That people quit, people throw. I'm just trading, it's just a win 2, lose 2 type situation right now. And I go all the way up to almost hitting GM2, and then I drop back to Platinum 1, or not Platinum 1, Diamond 1 rather. And then I get back into GM3, which is where I'm sitting at this exact moment. So I think what I want to do right now is just, like I said, rethink my approach. I want to take this opportunity right now because we've got a fresh start coming up. Things will be, set back to 0, matches played, matches won, all the percentages, all of that stuff. I would imagine if it works the same way as previous updates have been. I also would imagine that we're going to see a rank reset. I can't find anything online about whether or not we're going to have that. I did a little bit of searching and I didn't find something concrete, but I would imagine that they're going to reset the ranks. To what degree, I don't know, but we're all going to be starting fresh, and I want to be coming into this new season as a different player. So before we get into all of that, I do want to just hit this next slide here and remind you, if you have not subscribed yet, please take a moment to do so. It's free to subscribe to my channel, helps me out greatly, and it keeps me motivated to continue to make more content. We also have a growing Discord channel with a lot of really cool people in it. We've got people doing VOD reviews. We're, just watching playback from games with each other. We're even hopping in some quick play. We got people playing ranked games together, chatting, sharing me. It's cool. It's really cool. We got a highlight section where you can show your best content. It's a fun community to join. So go ahead, hit subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and join the Discord. So some conversations ahead. Quality of life. This is going to be topic number 1. There are some things that I really want to see come to fruition in future updates. Like I don't think this is going to happen in season 3. There's been no, leak of any of this stuff coming. These are just things that I have been thinking about that I would like to personally see. So I'm going to bring these topics up. We're going to talk a little bit about hero priority, and not in the traditional sense that I typically do by saying these are the priority heroes that we should all be looking at. I'm actually going to be talking about my hero priority, who I want to be spending time on as we're approaching the season 3 update. So I know that I am ready to be the best Marvel Rivals player that I can be, and the most helpful to my team as well. We're also going to talk a little bit on some best practices, things that I want to be doing during this time as well, that I think that you guys should and you'd find some value with. And as far as like VOD reviewing goes, if you join the Discord, that's something we can do together. You got plenty of people in here that would, watch videos with you. I'm doing it as well now too, so there's a lot of opportunity for that. I also want to talk a little bit about YouTube and Discord, just some things that I have, up and coming that, more or less I would just like to announce, I guess, or let you guys know about. So let's go ahead and just kick it off with the quality of life here. The first thing, stats update. This is an objective game with only team deathmatch stats available to us. We need to see objective capture stats like stall time, hold time, etc. in this game. This is extremely important. The reason I bring this up is because there are so many heroes and so many players that focus on specific roles that are totally underrepresented in this game. When we finish a game, all we're getting is like damage-based stats, healing, and eliminations and assists for that. Like, why don't we have the other stats that objective-based games traditionally have, like objective captures, objective hold time, objective stall time? When you think about games like Halo, even back in the day, it showed you how much time people spent in King of the Hill in the objective zone. It told you how many times you got an elimination on a flag carrier, how many times you captured a flag, or how many times you took the flag. It also showed how long you held the oddball, or eliminations you got on the oddball. Like, why don't we have that stuff in this game? It's not even on the tracker website. It's It's so strange to me, like I said, that they created this objective-based game and then they don't provide any objective-based stats. It's so unbalanced. It's so easy to place blame on people with low stats at the end of the game because you look at heroes like, let's just say Doctor Strange, Magneto, Captain America. These are objective holding characters. So it's so easy to look at a Captain America with a low elimination count or something like that at the end of the game and say what was our Cap doing? Well, he was probably just holding the objective for you or blocking the enemy objective from progressing forward if it's one of the payload, versions of the objective games. It's not represented. It's not shown. And the only way to ever know whether that person was doing something worthwhile is to go back and watch the video. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody has time for that. It feels very unfair to not have those stats available to us. And I really think that they should bring those in so we have a better sense of who's doing what and how effective that is. The next is the surrender system. I feel like this is ruining games for people that actually care. Being able to surrender is just somebody's way of I don't know, being a really poor sport and not being willing to try. Something that I've really noticed in these games is that everybody wants the quick win. They want to queue up in matchmaking and they want the simple, easy win. The moment people have to work for it, the crying begins. And then they just want to surrender or they want to quit. They start pointing fingers. They start placing blame. We're talking 2 minutes into a game here where really nothing's been determined yet. You already have stuff like this going on. Now, this is a community-wide issue. I don't know how to change it, but I think having a surrender system in place is not helpful. If somebody wants to quit, let them quit and penalize them even more heavily than you already do. Take away more points, make them lose an entire rank for quitting. Make them not be able to play ranked for the next 2 hours. There needs to be a different hit in the system for this. And I don't think that giving them the opportunity to surrender is really the way to do it. And I guess I don't know the details. Somebody told me that I haven't been playing that much over the last few days or the last week really because I wasn't feeling super well. But I know that something is changing about it, updating it. There's one less vote or something required. I don't remember what it is. Something changed with the voting system. I say just take it out. Someone wants to quit, let them quit. And let them take the hit for it. Don't ruin the game for everybody else. And if you have a quitter, find some sort of system to maybe lower the damage done to the people that remained in the game because it's not like it's impossible to win 5v6. Do away with the surrender system. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that though. I would also like to see some EOM and matchmaking changes. This is something that I don't really know. I don't really know how they have things running on the back end here, how this algorithm is set, but I do feel like there's a better way to optimize this to make it where you're not just getting paired up with whoever from your rank, because that's kind of how it feels to me. There's got to be some way to match it up with skill by analyzing stats on the back end before they choose who your team's going to be. I don't know. This is a weird one because to be honest with you, I don't really know what I want. I just want it to be better. I feel like there's room for improvement. It's not something I've dug too deep into to learn really how they're running their algorithm or if that kind of data is even available to the player base, but something about it needs to be a little bit better. It's weird just kind of how matchmaking feels in the competitive area, and I think part of it is just that it's not really optimized in the way that they're choosing who your teammates are. So hopefully they can do something with that in the future. All right, so let's talk about my priorities for season 3. Now, again, this isn't who I'm saying you should be working on. This is who I want to prioritize learning. It's going to be Doctor Strange, Hulk, Captain America, and Magneto. You'll notice that these are all vanguards. The reason for this is that I really want to, as far as being able to flex goes, I really want to bring some objective presence to my capability. I do super well as a healer. I'm very effective. I'm hyper aware. I'm good at it. I'm good at the role. But we've talked about this before. When you're playing strategist, depending on who the strategist is, you can't necessarily carry with them. You can enable somebody else who's doing super well to hopefully end up carrying if needed, but you can't really be the one person in a way that's gonna make you win. It's arguable whether or not saying that is a valid statement to make or not, but that's just how I feel. But when you have these really strong objective hero, options available to you in the game, the ones that are gonna make it really tough for the enemy to take an objective away from you and to approach you for a team fight, I feel like these 4 specifically are just what I want to work on. The reason that I don't have Emma up here is because I'm already pretty good with her. I don't think that I really need to be spending a lot of time on her right now, but in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be working very heavily on these 4. specifically, because we're about to have the rank reset probably. And when we come into that, I want to come into season 3 swinging. I want to be able to do whatever the team needs, like, because the reality here is I think most people can heal pretty well. To do like very, very well as a strategist, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of like knowledge of the game. But at a base level, healing can be done at an effective rate without too much practice within the role, I would say. However, managing the objective presence and managing how a team fight is unfolding, I feel like that's something that is lacking pretty often in my matches. And so if I can master these 4, that'll give me a really strong flex within that role to just be the person that's holding the objective. There's a lot of value there. There's a lot of value. I don't want to just spend the next 2 weeks defaulting to Squirrel Girl and Punisher and Jeff and Rocket and Invis. You know, I want to spend this time in preparation, right? So these are I guess I would say probably my top 4 priorities, right? Because I have a couple more here, or a few more here that I wanted to touch on too. I want to spend some time working on Wolverine, Luna, and Invis as well. And the reason for that is that I truly believe right now that Wolverine is just an absolutely insane carry in this game. I know it feels like a flyer poke meta type situation right now, but it's starting to feel more and more like a Vanguard, just an objective presence meta. If you cannot take out the tanks, the enemy team is going to come back in time to support them. It happens sometimes. I have it happen with Captain America more often than I'd like to admit, where we effectively take out a whole bunch of people from the enemy team, sometimes 5 of them. Captain America is still alive and we can't get him down in time. And by the time, you know, we start to kind of zero in on him and the control situation maybe falls into our favor, a strategist is back healing him now. It's insane. If you cannot deal with them, it makes the game so hard. And it's not just Captain America, it's Doctor Strange, it's Magneto, 2 of them teamed up, all the shielding, the bubble, like it's a lot. It's a lot. Wolverine is a very, very strong counter for that. And he can also nuke the strategist. He's great for flanking. He has some good sustain. I think he's a phenomenal pick. I would say that Torch would maybe arguably still be the hardest carry in the game, but I don't like the flyer play style. So like, I don't want to learn him. I don't know. It's not fun for me. I just don't really enjoy it. I like being in the fight. So Wolverine, I think, is a really strong pick for that, especially for myself personally. Luna, I am just not comfortable with her, but she has a phenomenal kit. I've only played her a handful of times. Like I get it. I understand the kit, but I haven't practiced it. And so I definitely need to spend some time on that. Invis, I'm comfortable with. I wouldn't say I'm confident. She's someone that I definitely need to work on, especially like skill management and like placement of shield and like moving the shield around and stuff. That's something I need to spend some time on. But if I can work on those 4 Vanguards and I can work on these 3 as well over the next couple weeks, I think I'm going to be like really ready for season 3 to come around, and I'm going to hopefully be able to kick it off with a much better win rate than the last ones. Now, mind you, I didn't start playing the game until the end of season 1.5. I spent pretty much that whole time and a really good portion of season 2 as well, just playing quick play with my friends, because we have some Xbox players, we got some PlayStation players, and then PC as well. So it's like we can't play ranked together, and not everybody wanted to play ranked anyway. Like if we didn't have the console players on at the time, some people just were more comfortable with quick play. So I spent a lot of my earlier days only playing quick play, which meant I wasn't really like trying to broaden my flex potential that much. But that's very much been a focus now, like especially since 2.5. 2.5 was like a turning point for me in this game, where I really kind of locked into how it works, how I need to improve, the things I need to work on, what heroes are better than other ones, just by general kit standards. So things have certainly shifted for me, and I just think by learning these 7 specifically right now for how I like to play, that's going to be great for season 3. Let me know what you guys think about the priority picks though for season 3 coming up. I would love to know who you are planning on working on right now. If you're going to take this opportunity as well to kind of take a step back and say like, who should I be working on right now? Let me know in the comments. Tell me who you think that you want to work on right now. And if you're not sure, well, we can revisit this. This is a screenshot I've used in a couple videos now. This is from the Marvel Rivals Ignite tournament. If you guys have not seen those videos, well, here's this image for you now. This is showing the pick priority from the tournament. If you don't know who you want to practice up with in preparation for season 3 coming out, pick from here. You can't go wrong here. Even if there are some nerfs and buffs and, some hero adjustments or whatever, aside from like a full kit overhaul, like we saw with Jeff for 2.5, they're probably still going to be just as valid, I would say. Maybe like a little less effective, maybe a little more effective, but you never know. Nobody knows what's going to happen yet. We don't have any information on that, but you could just pick from this and it would be a really good step in the right direction for sure. Also make sure to carry forward the ban priority. This is important. This changes games. This is a very strong indicator of who's extremely powerful at the current moment, and therefore maybe somebody that you should really be spending a lot of time learning. Obviously, we've got Adam Warlock in here. I did not include him in the other slides. He's someone that I do want to spend some time on. He's just not a priority for me at the moment, but I will get around to learning him eventually for sure. So my challenge to you guys right now is to do the same thing that I'm doing. Break away from your defaults right now. We've got like a 2-week situation here to prepare for season 3 where you can take a step back from matchmaking. Take a step back from, well, not matchmaking, but take a step back from competitive. Maybe play some more quick plays, be a little bit more casual, work on some new heroes, reset your mind and your mentality right now as far as playing Marvel Rival goes. I know you want to win and getting the victory is important, yes, but practice some new heroes. Be okay with some losses. I definitely know that something I do that I shouldn't do is I'll go into a quick play match and I'll be playing as a new hero and things aren't going my way and I want to win, so I just change to someone I'm super comfortable and good with so I can hopefully help us win that game. I need to stop doing that. I gotta tough it out with these heroes and just get comfortable and get to the point where I can play confidently as them and then be able to swing these matches. So I just want to challenge you guys to do what I'm doing right now, and then we can all get into season 3 and just really do some good work. Now, the things that I want to do during this time period as well, aside from trying out new heroes, is start doing a little bit more VOD reviews for myself and for other people. It's a great way to learn how you can improve. It's also a really good way to gain insight into the high level of gameplay, whether this means, not necessarily like a VOD review, but watching other streamers play, or like going into leaderboards and finding really high level gameplay to watch. I want to start honing in on my cooldown management. This is a very key factor in performance, and it's something that I admittedly am not super great at. I sometimes find myself in a sticky situation and I don't have the cooldowns needed to deal with it. It's because I just kind of spam them sometimes and I feel safe, but Marvel Rivals situations can change in the blink of an eye. So working on that is something that I really need to be doing. Also just passiveness. It's really easy to just kind of go through the motions, especially after you've been playing for a little bit. If you're on a 2-3 hour gameplay session, it's easy to get a little passive, just kind of go through the motions. I just want to make sure that I am always paying attention, remaining hyper aware all the time, and I'm ready to capitalize on the moments where I can have extremely high value outcome come from that. These are just really important things, like little things to spend time on and work on, like especially for me, especially the last two: cooldown management and then like passive gameplay. I don't want to say that I play passively a lot, but it does happen sometimes. And it's easy to just be like, I want to play some Marvel Rivals, I've got some time, I'm going to hop in, and then you just kind of just play. That's something that I want to change. I want to make sure that I'm coming into things like ready, and all game, that whole time I'm just locked in. So it's just a mentality thing, it's a focus thing, and it's something that I really do want to spend some time like just being better about, really. And finally, just some YouTube and Discord goals. I'm absolutely loving how this is all coming together. This has been so much fun for me to do. Way more fun, honestly, than I thought it was going to be. I had no idea what to expect, but the community is growing. Everyone is so great and so supportive, and I'm just so thankful for that. I'm working on getting some emojis made for the Discord. This is my first time making a Discord channel myself, so I'm just a lot to learn. And I also have limited time, so I got to prioritize what I'm going to do and how I'm going to get to these things. I'm also still working on the merch, finalizing some selections right now, but it's going to feature the epic Bay Whale logo. I'm pretty stoked about it. And I want to set up some sort of like discount thing for like Discord members or something like that for anybody interested. But I also wanted to touch on the fact that this merchandise will also have a portion of the profits going to fundraising opportunities for ocean health and marine life conservation. Those are things that are very important to me. So it's going to be like a dual thing, like just some cool merch, but it's also going to be for a good cause. So I'm very excited about that to be done. And when it is done, I'll let you guys know for sure. Giveaways. This is something I really want to do. I really want this to become a part of this channel. I want to find really good ways to give back. Now, whether that be hooking up people with cosmetics in game or developing partnerships with brands where we can do like some really cool stuff, like just thinking big here. I gotta say, it would be really cool to get to the point where like I could build someone a gaming computer. I think that would be so epic, and that would be so fun, and that would just be like a really cool thing to do with like, the ability that hopefully I can have one day with this channel would be to like really give back to you guys. So something I'm gonna, it's in my mind. It's something that I want to work on. So again, I'll keep you updated on that too. Coaching. Now, coaching in quotes, right? I'm not a pro. right? I don't play in the tournaments. I have not won a tournament. I do understand the game pretty well. I do understand competitive gameplay well. And I'm getting better all the time too. So I would love to do VOD reviews and like live coaching as well. I've actually been asked if I'd be willing to do this. And I've told people pretty much every time. I'm not sure that I feel comfortable with that because I don't know that I'm really like at that level. But you know, I don't know that you have to be a pro to coach. Anybody that can give insight and look at a game and give somebody positive reflection or help point out little mistakes and help them work on them. I think there's value in that. And I don't think that you have to be a pro in order to do that. To give like the highest level advice, to be coaching, you know, a one above all player, like, okay, I probably got to be a one above all player also. But I think this is something I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable doing. And I think it's going to be something that's really fun. I think it'd be really great for the community. So I'm going to start working on this and getting this lined up to do some of these, probably starting in season 3. I don't think I'll do that in the next couple of weeks because I really want to be focusing on just like working on my videos and like working on different heroes that I want to get better at, so that when season 3 comes, like I said, I can just hit the ground running and I can just push and I can get a higher rank and I can show kind of like I can match my knowledge with skill. That's something that I really want to do before I start doing coaching. And I think I'm getting to that point now, hopefully. So yeah, that's kind of where I see things going forward. And I just want to give you guys a quick little update on this. As always, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my other videos as well. I'm having so much fun making these and hanging out with everyone in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord yet, please join. I've got the link in the description as well as in my bio. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to do so. It's free. It's free to subscribe. I'd love to have you guys on board as I continue to make more Marvel Rivals content. And hey, maybe work on some other videos for other games in the future too. Hey, sky's the limit, you know? I'm not going to limit myself to just one game. Who knows what'll happen going forward, but right now I'm just loving how all this is feeling. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.